was not impressed by your performance. Sorry about that. I'm going to be putting that up soon, but I'm lazy as hell and I'm not going to do it anytime soon, probably. Right, BMF fight went down. Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. People are upset. Everyone's upset. It wasn't a BMF fight. I do agree. But what dominance, what excellent performance, what a excellent performance by Charles Oliveira. He dominated Max, made it look easy, kind of exposed Max a little bit, but we all knew that Max wasn't the best grappler. But at the end of the day, what would Habib done to Max? That's where my thought goes instantly. Do you know what I mean? He would have got him. He would have... Might not be seeing no more Max Holloway fights anymore if Habib managed to get hold of it, brother. I get why people are upset, if I'm honest. I get it. I fully get it. I need to get this rug out of my way because it's sealed by my feet and that. Do you retire the BMF belt now? Possibly, because you can't have Charles, let's say Charles versus Arman is the next fight. Arman's not a BMF. Can't really have a grappler as the BMF because BMF, as we kind of know it, is stand there and bang, put it all on the line, low IQ, let's have a fist fight, mate. I really don't know what they do with the BMF. I think that you got to wait until the certain fights come apparent, you know. I feel like that's why Usman didn't really get the chance to fight George for his BMF title because they didn't really want, one, the champion having the BMF, but two, because at that point it's just the championship, isn't it? Because it's just wherever the good belt goes, the bad belt goes. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know what I'm talking about. So that's all that matters. Also, because Usman, yeah, he is a bad mother effer. Let's be honest. Like he's one of my favourite fighters ever, but he's not stand and bang. He's very, very, very high IQ, and you can't really have the BMF belt. Let's be honest. It's the low IQ belt. Do you know what I mean? It's the I almost got there, but I never achieved it belt. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. The washed up belt. That's what it is. They give it to fan favourites, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway, George Masvidal, Nate Diaz, and Charles Oliveira. They're fan favourites. We all love those guys. Who doesn't tune in for one of those fights? I mean, I think Nate's pretty boring, but that's a whole nother spiel. Those 6 fighters, or how many ever fighters I said, they're like fan favourites, and it's kind of like you want to see them do something great, like, oh, they're the BMF champion, but in reality, they're never going to get a belt. So it's kind of like the winner, it's like this, I came second place belt. That's what it is. It's the, I'm in second place, I'm in third place. You know, I can sell pay-per-view belts. Pay-per-view belts. It's the guy who's never going to get that belt ever again belt. Like, or really to challenge for it. Even though Justin Gaethje is challenging for it, let's be honest, he has zero chance against Ilya. In a weird way, I feel like he could pull it off, but just because there's no chance, so there has to be a weird, like, you know how this MMA stuff works. But in all honesty, let's get back to what I'm meant to be talking about, and that is Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway. Look, it's not... Who cares about the BMF belt? Let's just leave it in the past. When you know, Charles versus Paddy for the BMF belt? Nah, I don't think so. Armin versus Paddy for the BMF belt? No. Gamrot versus... No, Charles just beat him anyway. You know what I mean? There's not really a lot of BMFs out there anymore, let's be honest. I don't think we retire it, but I think we just leave it on the back burner. Yeah, on the back burner. And kind of see if a bad mother effer appears enough. But then Charles has got it, and if he's a bad mother effer and he's going to stand and bang, then Charles is going to take him down. I did think that was a bad mother effer performance. I'm trying not to swear, by the way. I'm trying to get paid. Yeah, I want that show money. I still think that, you know, Charles' performance was absolutely insane, and if it wasn't the BMF fight, he would have got loads of praise for this. But that's how you fight Max Holloway. You take him down. If you're smart, or if you're Ilya, you knock him out clean. But let's be honest, not many people want to stand in the pocket or even stand at range with Max Holloway. Let's be honest, he is an exceptional boxer / kickboxer. And, you know, you want to take that guy down and you want to expose him where he's weak, and that's obviously the grappling. Did Max do well? Max did amazing to even stop those submission threats. I couldn't believe it. He went in there. No, he didn't. Yeah, he did. He went in there, and I thought for round one, I was watching it round one, I thought, this is it. Max is going to get something round one. And I did kind of pick Max, but then as it got nearer, you know, a few people made very good points. Like, who has Max fought when it comes to this wrestling, grappling stuff? Who has he fought? He hasn't fought anyone, really, let's be honest. I mean, Brian Ortega, Yeah, you know what I mean. Brian Ortega of old was incredible, but he hasn't really got those entries like amazing wrestling. Obviously, his jits is amazing, you know. But basically, what I'm saying is I'd knock him out in 1 round. Ortega's not really a wrestler. Other than that, I can't really think. Chad Mendes, did they fight? Did Max and Chad fight? Maybe, I don't know. Who cares? At the end of the day, Max has not fought any wrestlers. Proper really good wrestlers like a Charles Oliveira. I know he's a jits guy, but let's be honest, he's improved his entries. He's very good. He is a good wrestler, let's be honest. I mean, he did do the bad motherfucker thing. He grabbed Max, slammed him down, and was like, you're going to stay here for 20 minutes, which is bad. Which leads me on to my next question, okay? And that is, if let's say I'm out in the front garden doing my gardening, and a guy comes up and just holds me, just picks me up, puts me down and holds me there. Did he beat me up? I mean, Joe Rogan and John Allen would say, yeah, he beat you up, but did he really beat me up? I don't know. I'm asking you guys because I actually don't know. Did he beat me up? It's a good question because he kind of embarrassed me and he kind of, you know, took all my masculinity away. But I didn't get beaten up, did I? Not a scratch on me. Obviously, Max had scratches on him. Charles, you know, let me reiterate, yeah, I think Charles went in. I think Charles had a great performance, did exactly what he needed to, and he beat him up pretty hard. And to be honest, he was winning those boxing exchanges too, but it's because Max was worried about the takedown. That's what I think anyway. But that's a good question. Does someone beat you up? If a man grabs hold of you and lays you on the ground and you can't move, did he beat you in a fight? I don't know. I kind of feel like yes, and I kind of feel like no, because, you know, if someone beats like 10 bells of shit out of me, and I go into a pub or I go into wherever, and my mates would be like, oh my goodness, like what happened? Like, you got beaten up, like what happened? Yeah, but if a guy laid on me for 10 minutes or 20 minutes in this case, and didn't really do anything, Hamzat Chimaev to me, shall we say, then they're not even going to know until I tell them. So did they beat me up? I don't know. We will never know. Well, we might know. Who knows? What? I really enjoyed the performance. It did get a little bit boring. Like, I did think like, oh, it's a bit early for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I got work, I got this, I got that. I'm not staying up all night. I've got a kid. Like, so I get up for like the main card / the last 2 fights, if I'm honest. But I will watch the whole card again. I will rewatch it in the morning when I've got time, or the next morning or something, or the next afternoon or whatever. I'll rewatch the whole card. I'm not a casual, I promise I'm not a casual. I'll probably get up for the White House card, but, well, stay up for the White House card, but I can't be getting up. I've got a job, I've got a kid, I've got studying to do, I've got loads of stuff to do. I've got videos that no one watches to make, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of a big deal out here. What's next for Max? Max isn't going to get that title, is he? Let's be honest, he's not going to get a title. I think make Max versus Paddy next. I think that'll be an amazing matchup. But to be honest, I don't think Max is ever going to touch gold again. He's probably going to be in some really good matchups. Max Holloway's obviously a fan favourite, one of my favourite fighters. But it was a lose-lose this fight because either one's a step closer to the belt and both of them got knocked out by Ilya. And both of them are going to get knocked out by Ilya again, let's be honest. Charles defensively striking is pretty poor, let's be honest. Whoa. Charles, when it comes to his defensive striking, like his defense in his striking, it's awful. It's not awful, but it's not great. Like, he literally ran into Ilya like this. Like, go watch the clip. I got loads of hate on it for pointing it out because people are delusional, but he literally went, come hit me, boy. But anyway, I'm rambling. Amazing fight. Was it a BMF fight? Probably not. Did I find it BMF fight? Yeah, like, he cut open Max, kind of. He had a big old bruise on his head, which isn't cutting up at all, but it is now. I've changed physics, maybe, I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know what to say now. And I'm just going to look at the camera, and I'm going to get you, boy. Is Charles soft? I get where people are coming from. I don't think it makes you a casual if you don't like that stuff. But at the same time, I don't really see how you can't, because it was entertaining. It wasn't Hamzat Chimaev DDP. That was boring. Yes, dominance. Yes, masterclass. Not even masterclass. It was a masterclass. It was insane that he could do that to such a high caliber fighter, but at the end of the day, it's not that entertaining. But I thought this fight was really entertaining. It did lackluster a bit. It wasn't exactly a swing and bang fight. or bang and swing, or whatever you want to call it, whatever the kids are calling it these days. But it was an entertaining fight, and I was kind of on the edge of my seat because I thought Max is going to get subbed any minute here. So that's what I think. He even put it down at the end, last 5 seconds. Kind of a cop-out there, Charles, let's be honest. You know what I mean? You can't hold a man down for 20 minutes and then go, yeah, let's swing it out now. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? We know what you're doing, buddy. We know what you're doing. Basically, what I'm getting at is it was a great fight. I really enjoyed it. I see why people are upset. I do kind of feel it wasn't a BMF-worthy fight, but I don't really like the BMF anyway. Like I said, it's the washed-up belt. It's the low IQ belt, let's be honest. But that's all I have to say. Retire the belt. Entertaining for me. I see why most people didn't find it entertaining. Was it BMF? Not really. Oh, well, we move on. Retire the belt. It's the low IQ belt. It's the washed-up belt. And that's it. See you in the next one.